What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Fourth and Wrong podcast. I am one of your hosts, Marshall, along with Donnie, Dallas, and Colin. Week 1 of the NFL has been wrapped up just last night. We watched the Minnesota Vikings versus the Chicago Bears in a great game that we will get to, along with Sunday night. We will also get to that. There was a lot of great games this weekend. Obviously, as Detroit Lions fans, we are a little bummed out on what happened on our week 1, but we'll get into that as well. I'll roll us into our predictions. Obviously, we make every game predictions every week, so make sure you check those out and stay tuned with how we're doing and join along if you'd like. So I'll start it off. I'll just go in order. We'll just go like that. Colin, on his pick, starting off the season week 1, went 11-5.
Ooh. All right.
Dallas going 10-6.
That's all right.
Myself going 11-5.
Ah, damn.
And Donnie going 8-8.
Oh, damn.
Fucking loser.
Donnie.
I took a lot of.
Donnie took some shots.
You did.
Donnie took
I
some
remember some of the
crazy
picks you had
shots.
last week, and I was like, "What the fuck are we doing?"
One of them.
I felt confident. I
There was a couple
overvalued a lot
that
of off-season headlines. Is what I
we all picked the Eagles. Eagles slapped. I was the only one to pick the Chargers, and the Chargers ended up pulling out the victory in Brazil. Donnie was the sole pick of the Colts, and we all picked Miami, and that was a wild game.
That should count for like 3 wins for me.
You also picked the Giants, so that minus 2 wins.
We don't have to talk about that. To be fair, if Russell Wilson remembered how to play football, I would have had a shot there.
I picked the Jets. You guys all picked the Steelers. Donnie was the sole picker of the Panthers. The Jags got the win. He was also in the second game in a row the sole picker of the Saints. The Cardinals got the win.
Donnie starts celebrating.
Well, the way he let that up, he let that up. Donnie was the sole picker of they got their ass beat. It's like, oh, fuck.
He was also
the exact same way you said the Colts win.
He was also the sole picker of the
It's
Saints.
not my fault.
And they
As soon as
lost.
he said the Saints, I was like, they didn't win.
He was also the sole picker of the
3
Giants.
straight games he went by himself,
Yes.
and all those teams
All
lost.
was lost. Then he jumped it on. He went with we all picked Bucks. And then
That
he
was a
picked
good game.
And then he picked the Browns by himself, which almost paid off.
The
to
Browns
be fair.
should have won. The
Almost
Browns
paid
should
off.
have won.
We all
But they
picked the
didn't.
Patriots, and the Patriots lost. We all picked the Niners. They won. We all picked the Broncos. I was the sole picker of the Packers, and they got the dub. We all picked the Rams. Colin lone wolfs the Bills, and they get it done in a crazy win in Sunday Night Football. And then Donnie lone wolfs the Vikings, and they get it done in a crazy Monday Night Football game. So decent week 1. Decent week 1.
For some of us.
Getting into the games, we'll
Hey,
just
I pick a lot of risks. Fuck you, Colin. At least I wasn't picking the easy. You guys picked a lot of the easy.
Maybe you should start doing that, and you'll catch up to us.
we'll roll through. I'll just kind of roll.
We
through
gotta
some of
talk about the craziest game 1 of week 1 of all time.
We're gonna roll through all the games, just summary of just kind of the good ones. Eagles Cowboys was a pretty generic game. The Eagles were very good. The run game wasn't as crazy as we probably thought it would be. I think the Cowboys did look a little better than I also thought they were going to be. The offense looked pretty good. That defense was okay. Jerry Jones did say they wanted to, pick up on the run game a little bit and stop the run. And honestly, Saquon was held to 15 carries for 63 yards, so not terrible in terms of Saquon standards. In Brazil, the Chiefs.
Okay, Marshall, we can't skip over.
No. I was just going to do a summary of every game, and then we just kind of go back and we talk about whatever. I'm just
What do
summarizing.
you mean skip over? What was he skipping over? He went from
No.
Thursday to...
I'm talking like
Dallas
what
wants to
happened
talk
within
about
the game.
Yeah, no, I'm
Oh,
just
I see.
summarizing every game real quick, and then I will just go back and talk about whatever game we want to talk about.
I feel like you should just talk about the game
No,
while
I
we're
think
talking about the game.
I kind of agree with Dallas.
That's fine. It might take a
Like
little
it,
while, 'cause
you're just backtracking
Fine.
for
We'll
like
just- we'll-
games.
We'll do it this way. Yeah, instead of we know what games we can skip over.
Okay.
Yeah. Go
ahead.
Dallas, you go ahead. You were the one who wanted to interject.
So, opening kickoff of the Cowboys-Eagles game, we get a torn ACL. While this man is laying
Michigan
on
State legend, by the way. Michigan State legend. Just had to throw that
That's
in
the
there.
worst thing to happen.
As this man's laying on the ground, this man, Jalen Carter and Dak get into it, and this man, Jalen Carter, spits on Dak Prescott and gets ejected from
Dak
the game.
spit first.
Not on him.
Nah,
And
He
there's
spit at him. That
there's
was
a
intentional.
4-yard gap, and Jalen Carter gets ejected from the game. They just found out today it's a $57,000 fine. But he is eligible to play against the Chiefs.
I almost said something wild.
And then we get a weather delay that's completely halted the game, of course. And then all of the offense just vanished at that point.
Yeah.
Everyone was
it
everyone
looked
was
like
burnt out.
it looked like it was
cold.
going to be an insane high-scoring game, and then the weather delay happened, and it
it
was
was
like punt, fumble to
Yeah.
end the game.
It was a fantastic game up until the weather delay. But
Yeah.
to be fair, after an hour and a half delay, I don't know if you guys have ever played through a weather delay. I played through weather delays, none of them which were that long. I could not imagine being in a football game and then having an hour and a half break and being expected to go finish the game. Like,
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
a 30-minute break in that scenario feels like an eternity. I could not imagine an hour and a half. So I don't really blame them for not.
No, not
scoring
at all.
for that.
Sorry to interrupt this podcast, but it's official. The Tigers just beat the Yankees 12-2. Go
Yes,
Tigers.
sir.
The Yankees just got stumped.
I was
In
going to
New-
bring it up later,
Not
but
worth your stuff.
in New York, by the way. That's crazy.
Love to see it.
Not worth your
Um,
stuff.
I think the Dallas Cowboys will look. I think they'll do decent this season. Their offense looked good. Javonte Williams didn't look too bad.
CD
It's a-
had some costly drops at the end, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
Either the Eagles are going to be as good as they were last year, or the Cowboys will actually be pretty good. It's one or the other. I think one of them will happen. Chiefs, Chargers in Brazil. This will be our last Brazil game for maybe a couple of years. And I don't think they're doing a Brazil game next year unless they're going to do it at a different date. But this was an okay game. The Chiefs just didn't ever really look in control. They didn't look good. They didn't look. It was just not a good game for them.
Travis Kelce trucked Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
Three plays into the
Three
game.
plays in.
I mean, I was kind of high on the Chargers a little bit. It's the same situation of what I just said. Either the Chiefs aren't that good this year, or the Chargers are, playoff bound. So it's hard to say. Quentin Johnson, everybody in Brazil thinks Quentin Johnson's the best receiver in the league now, just by
Facts.
that performance. Every kid just got a Quentin Johnson jersey in Brazil.
I mean,
not knowing that he's committed so many heinous crimes in the USA.
Heinous crimes.
Hey, that's
Bro,
There are actually NFL players, active NFL players, who have committed heinous crimes.
Hey, bro.
And we're saying that he's committed heinous crimes.
You go
because he
ask
has
some.
marked
You go
him.
ask. You go
on the
ask.
field in this crime.
Go ask Go ask 15 out of the 20 Chargers fans in the world, and they'll tell you that what Quentin Johnson's done has been awful.
oh man.
But it was, I don't know. The Chiefs they didn't really have it. They didn't look that good. I guess we'll see. They might start out 0-2. They play the Eagles this week. We're really gonna see which team is the better team out of the Chiefs and Eagles. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really have too much to say on that. On that game, I only watched like the first half.
This is the only reason I just kind of wanted to go through them all, because I feel like there's gonna be some games where like and then silence. And I'm
Might
like,
just
okay,
skip those games. Just
on
skip
to the
those
next
games.
one.
Yeah, I mean we can move on. I mean if nobody else has anything
Like,
to
we
add,
don't
then
need
we
to
just
talk
move
about
on.
like a half of these.
No, I know.
Yeah, I think the big thing with the Cowboys Eagles was we had to hit the point about everything that
There's
happened right at the
definitely.
start.
I'm
of the
looking
game.
at every single game, and just because it's week one, that's the only reason I was going to do it. Is because there's definitely about 2 minutes of something I can say in every single one of this game. So
I don't know about that.
absolutely, I could go.
We
right
got
now.
to spend more than 2 seconds on Panthers
Colin,
and
I
Jags.
bet you I could
Out
go
of the
right now.
16 games, out of the 16 games, 6, 7, 8 of them are worth talking about.
I could pick a minute out of each one of these games without.
Okay,
spending
I'm
it
sure
right
you
now.
you could. You're a certified yapper.
I'm a certified podcast man.
I dare you to talk a minute
Certified
about the Saints and the
podcast
Cardinals.
man. What are we doing?
All right, Marshall, you're gonna take this one. Cardinals Saints.
Cardinals Saints. It was looking ugly game at first. The Cardinals
Oh,
actually
shit.
weren't doing that. Okay, thanks for interrupting. me. All right,
You
that's-
start with the most obvious thing. Wow, this was an ugly game.
You,
Thanks,
you,
buddy.
you didn't tell me. You didn't give me any specifications, but all right, thanks. Anyways, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, it was looking like an ugly game. I mean, the Cardinals were okay. Marvin Harrison got a nice touchdown. Trey McBride did all right. The Saints definitely. I don't think Spencer Rattler's the option. He threw 46 passes, 27 completions for 214 yards. It's just a shit show in New Orleans, but they have actually, the Saints have won, I think, 6 or 7 straight week 1 victories. And for a little bit, it looked like that they might actually pull out a win in New Orleans, but it was not there. I don't know who the Saints backup is, and I don't know if the Saints, so people are already saying tank for Arch, but it's
Do you really want Arch Manning with how
at
he
this
started
point, yeah,
the
that's
year?
what I said.
I
don't
don't
know.
think they're even gonna
Plus.
get Arch, in my opinion.
I don't
In my
know.
mock, I don't think they're getting him.
I don't know. It's it's not a good look for the Saints. But we already knew that. It's just, but the Cardinals also, I was pretty high on them, and to only win by 7 against a really bad Saints team, I don't know. It's not a great look for them. Kyler Murray did okay, 21 for 29, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns. It was just okay. James Conner did not do good for any fantasy owners. I had him. I'm so sorry. 12 carries for 39 yards is pretty abysmal. Trey Benson, though, had a pretty decent game. My screen
just reading the box scores, like
man, just talking about every game. It's not that hard.
Yeah, yapping, just yapping. Anybody can read a box score.
I know we can do this for every game, but I don't need to hear Trey McBride did okay.
Okay, how about right now? I'm gonna go through.
Hey, his fantasy owners need to know.
James Conner disappointed every fantasy owner.
I bet I'm gonna go through
James
at
Conner
least
did bad.
5 or 6 of these games besides the Lions game, just because that one's a big group discussion one. And I'll go through 5 of these games right now with important information.
All right, speed run it. Let's go.
All right, Colts Dolphins. Daniel Jones is the truth.
Okay. Yeah, we're already off to a bad start.
This man went from
I was going to make a point later because I knew it was going to come up during the Lions game conversation about how week 1 is the week to overreact. Now I need to talk about it right now.
No, I'm just joking. He looked very, very good. To be fair, he got 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown. But honestly, I think the Dolphins are just abysmal. Like I think it might be Mike McDaniel's gone middle of the season this season. Tyreek probably's gone. Honestly, with how the Chiefs played, he might end up in the Chiefs. Like that, I think that's kind of like a thing that needs to get done within the next couple weeks. But I don't think, like I said, Colin just said that we can't overreact about the Colts yet. It's
can't
probably
overreact about anybody.
It's probably just a Miami. I think the Dolphins, you can absolutely say might be.
Dolphins, actually, that's the only one that I'm willing to overreact about.
There are some things that are not overreaction. The Dolphins now being a dumpster fire is not an overreaction.
Crazy, we're just 2 years removed from them dropping 70 in a game.
But going to the next one, something I'm gonna say is not an overreaction is that Rodgers looked amazing in his week 1, and honestly, I'm excited to see the rest of the. I'm glad he's not in the NFC North, but I'm very excited to see this Steelers team with Rodgers. They actually went and just signed Jabril Peppers because I know Deshaun Elliott had a bad injury in that game. This was a very good game to watch. It was the televised game for us Michiganders waiting for the 425 game, and I got to watch the whole thing. It was a great game, back and forth. But Rodgers, 22 of 30 for 4 touchdowns. And obviously everyone basically was saying, just retire, just get out of here. And then he signed with the Steelers, and he puts up that against a defense that I would say it's probably not a top 10 defense, but definitely a top, it's in the better half of the league in terms of defenses. They've got Ahmad Gardner. They've got a good D-line. It's a good defense. DK looked great. I think Rodgers might be back. I don't know. I know Donnie was very high on the Steelers. I can kind of agree. I kind of hope Rodgers does okay, and I don't know why. Now that he's not in the NFC North, I'm okay with seeing him succeed.
Got a little. The problem is, I'm kind of rooting for him too. I think the problem is not even media. I think the fans went a little bit too hard in the opposite direction. I used to think Aaron Rodgers got too much love, and then that first year with the Jets where he didn't even really get to play, that was kind of just obviously a gap year. But then last year, I think everybody was a little bit too hard on him. Like, he did not play great, but he was also coming off Achilles. He was 40 plus years old. Like, I get why he didn't look good, and I get Jets fans being mad, but I think the rest of every other fan base was too mad. So yeah, coming out and seeing him do well, and not even a great offense, and him having those numbers,
And see, that's the thing, is Jalen Warren's okay. DK's the best player on that offense, and then outside that, Pat Freiermuth, okay. Calvin Austin is just a backup. It's not the
Michigan State legend Connor Hayward.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Oh, just wait, Colin. You're teeing that up. Just wait.
Anyways,
yeah, I know.
Donnie's right. It's not that great of an offense, and he was slinging it, and it looked like a vintage Rodgers move.
Spreading the ball. I'm looking at the box score. He threw to, for 7 different receivers while only completing 22 passes. I feel like that's pretty impressive for such a low pass rate.
I knew Rodgers was back as soon as I saw a Ben Skoranek touchdown. I knew that I was like, yeah, we're screwed.
I saw that too. I cannot believe this man Ben Skoranek is still on a roster. How the fuck is he tricking teams?
That was his only catch too.
But that was honestly a great game to watch. It was the Jets. I'll give them their flowers. They played a decent game for Aaron Glenn's first game head coaching. I would like to see more of Justin Fields throughout the season.
I'll tell
Jets
you
are
what,
going to be straight this year.
I'm a big Justin Fields guy. You guys know that. He looked amazing compared how he looked in the past. I'm talking he was stepping up. You think he's gonna run it, and he's making the dump off pass. Like, granted, Garrett Wilson got popped, but that was the right play
By the one and only.
Oh,
Nope.
I don't know. I think Justin Fields. I think that's the best he's ever looked by a mile. That fourth down, he should have ran it.
There was three people in front of him.
Bro, it was like he wasn't gonna get more than 5 yards, but he only needed 3. Like
I
he
don't
was
think he was
gonna
getting
get
that
3.
first down. If he was running,
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. When he was running, he like looked, pump faked, brought the ball back down, then threw it. If he would have threw it before, like during the pump fake, instead of the pump fake, if he just threw it, okay, that works. But once he pump fake and pulled it down, he should have took off. You can't do that because then that gave Jalen Ramsey enough time to come down and lay the hit. So no, I disagree there. I think that was a bad idea. I think that was probably one of his worst plays of the day. Was that fourth down when he should have took off. But other than that, I am a
good game.
I'm a Justin Fields hater, but he did not.
well, he pumped. I'm looking at the play right now. Garrett Wilson wasn't ready for the ball, really.
Jalen Ramsey
then
was
he
ready
should have
for
took
it.
off. That's my point. He should have took off.
It was a good game if you got to watch it. I'm glad I did. I didn't expect it to be that good of a game. Honestly, I thought it was going to be more of a, like these other games were, like, you know, not a high-scoring game. Moving on, not going to talk about this one. Besides that, there was a weather delay, and it became a 4:25 game. The Jags beating the Panthers 26-10.
Good Lord, that.
Commanders beat the Giants 21-6. Giants defense did look okay. This game we'll talk about for a second. Bucks beat the Falcons in a nail biter at the end, 23-20. It did not look good at the first half for the Bucks. They started, I'm pretty sure they were down 10-0, and then they made it 10-10 at halftime. It looked okay. Amika, I forgot. I don't know how to say his last name, but he looked great. He did look good. I believe 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
He called his own touchdown at the end. I don't know if you guys heard that story that came out today. That game-winning touchdown, he called his shot, like, basically told Baker, like, hey, that I think it was Jesse Bates was the safety, has been biting down on Evans. Bates bites down on Evans on the slant or the drag, whatever that was, and then that's when Ibuka gets over the top to step on Mike Hughes. I don't know if you guys saw that story, but I thought that was pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
A rookie to know what's up like that.
I'm curious on his progression though. As soon as Godwin comes back, Kate Otten comes back, like I don't think he'll have a big games like he just had, but I think he's going to be a solid weapon for sure.
I mean, I feel like if he goes off these first couple of games before those guys come back, I mean, he's definitely going to get his moments.
Everybody knows.
Have crazy stat.
Everybody knows games, Mike Evans is not a long-term thing. Like he's definitely got some years left, but he's not going to stick around forever.
No.
So eventually, I wouldn't want to move on from Chris Godwin. So I think you can leave him as a wide receiver 3, and then not this year and probably not next year, but 2 years you could probably start working him in for Mike Evans. Mike Evans does get. There's always about 2-3 games Mike Evans misses every year, just being that age. You know, he's going to miss those games.
Yep.
Godwin ain't coming back till like mid-October is the reports. I mean, Godwin might be coming back to wide receiver 3 if Ibuka keeps up that level of play.
That's true.
And honestly, they're probably just running straight 3 receiver sets like when Godwin comes back, because you're not gonna sacrifice having those 3 guys on the field. They're too good, and they're willing to block. They're all like high character guys. So yeah, I don't think you can take any one of the 3 off the field.
One of the last 3 games I want to step on is, just because I know Daniel has some choice words, Bengals beat the Browns 17-6 and a nail biter at the end. It was not the greatest game for the Bengals. Mr. Joe Flacco threw 45 passes. That man's going to die on the field if he tries to throw over 50. It was an ugly game for the Browns, but it was a very ugly game for the Bengals. Jamar Chase was non-existent. I can already see Donnie wanting to talk.
I watched some tape from this game. This man, Zach Taylor, needs fired immediately.
Oh, he's dog shit. Oh my God.
I watched some of like the late game tape on what they were running to try and run this clock out.
It was really bad.
He's terrible.
He tried to hand that game away like 6 different times. And the Browns were like, no, here you go. It's yours.
We run more complex running plays in middle school football than what they were trying to run in that situation to run out the game. I know it's the Browns, but like, could we have some fucking ingenuity in these play calls?
Well, especially because like the storyline with the Bengals, and like you just saw it last year, that like the early season like slow start cost them the playoffs. Like that game, if they had dropped this game, that could have come back to bite them later in the year when they're, you know, battling for 9-8 or like battling to make the playoffs. Like that could be the difference. And so like it's different than in college, because in college, these early season games, you talk about like not wanting to open the playbook until you get into conference play. But in the NFL, all of these games matter. Open the fucking thing up. Like, what are you waiting for? Why are you running a vanilla offense in week 1? These are all must-win games. This is a divisional game.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is wrong in Cincinnati. I think it's just a total top-down failure in these early season games. Like, Burrow didn't look good. Chase didn't look good. Higgins didn't look good. Chase Brown didn't look good. The offensive line didn't look good.
Oh my god, the offensive line was terrible. Joe Burrow was going to get killed.
Bro,
Garrett came in on a stunt and rocked that man. I didn't think he was going to get up.
Everything I saw from that game was like, the Bengals do not know how to play football the right way. Like, they rolled the ball.
And they played their starters all preseason for this reason, to not get off to a start like this.
I get it. The Browns always give them trouble, and it's an in-division game. So, like, no matter what, this game is going to be closer to what we thought. But they play the Jags.
They get the Jags at home, so that'll be.
I'm not
how the Jags played.
The Jags.
I'm not saying that Bengals have an easy win. I'm saying like this will be more of a test for the Bengals, and like whether or not this was like a Browns have their number kind of thing recently, or what.
Well, I'm only gonna move us on just because I know these next 3 games are definitely big topic conversations. So I'm gonna skip through. Raiders beat Patriots 2013. 49ers beat Seahawks in a barn burner 17-13. Broncos beat Titans 20-12. Rams beat Texans 14-9. We'll save the Lions game
Real
for
quick
last.
note about the Titans game. I did see somebody say that the Titans team that we've got this year is like a look into what would have happened if the Bears had drafted Patrick Mahomes that year. Like, this is what they would have looked like.
Cam Ward was making good throws.
I don't know about that.
Interesting.
Good Lord.
But we'll save the Lions game for last. We'll get into maybe the game of the year for week 1.
Oh, man.
Ravens-Bills started off by looking like the Ravens were just going to blow through the Bills. Like, they weren't ready for this. You know, the Bills, they just don't have as many weapons as the Ravens. And then all of a sudden, a fumble by Derrick Henry, who had an amazing game. Derrick Henry at 30-something years old looks like still the best running back in football besides the fumble. Like, he just is, he's just untouchable. Like, he's so, for his size, Donnie said it, for his size, no one should be able to run that fast. It's like a robot. And he just looked unbelievable. And then DeAndre Hopkins, one-handed, looking like prime D-Hop. Someone in a TikTok comment said something so funny. They said, man, vintage Rodgers out here making throws like 2010. D-Hop making one-handed catches. Jalen Ramsey making plays out of nowhere. Bro said we're back in 2014, everybody.
Fucking time traveled.
Yeah, we love to see it. But he had a nasty, like, fully covered one-handed grab. And this game was just looking so one-sided. And then one fumble. Just all of a sudden, the Bills are right back in it, and Josh Allen,
that momentum switch.
But I mean, both these quarterbacks played amazing. You can't fault either of these offenses more than just honestly, like you could fault the defenses, but both these teams are just so good.
I'm gonna fault the play calling by the Ravens late in the game. I think the decision to not put the game away.
The Ravens down the stretch, it needs a fault.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with play calling, just in general in the NFL. Play calling when you're trying to put the game away is so passive. I don't understand it. Like, you're trying to run out the clock. You're not trying to get a first down. Like, why are we not
Dan did that a lot. Dan did that a lot.
Like, why are we playing
on third down?
Passive?
Yeah, Dan, I see what Dale's saying. Dan did that a lot in his second and third year when we made it to the playoffs. He would throw it on third downs to get that first down. Like, because even if you run the ball and get a little bit more time off the clock, bro, you're still in a shitty situation. So it's like
I don't know. I'm kind of playing both sides of the coin, I guess, with this.
Also, before Donnie says anything, we have to just shout out. It'd be awful for us not to shout out Matt Prater, Detroit Lions legend.
Yeah.
Okay,
Lions legend.
Winning the game.
Shout out Matt Prater.
So happy.
I love that for that man.
Seeing that he got to replace Tyler Bass, like just the news that like he was going to.
Did you see? Like, he had like a red-eye flight like the day before to get to Buffalo. Practice for like a day.
Josh Allen,
he's coaching a high school team.
I was gonna say, I don't know. Josh Allen's press conference about it was so amazing. Josh Allen is so amazing off the field. He goes, "Yeah, I met him like 3 days ago, and we met in the locker room, and the first thing he did, he just showed me a video of his son playing football, and he's a quarterback, and he was like, man, that's cool. And that was the first conversation we had. And then he goes, the next conversation we had is game day. Matt Prater walks up to Josh Allen, he goes, hey man, I'm going to give you everything I got today. And bro, it's the game-winning field goal. Honestly, at this point, Matt Prater deserves a Hall of Fame. Like, once he's retired, Hall of Fame.
There was no shot Matt Prater was missing that kick.
No,
I saw other guys.
I knew that was money.
60-yarder. That could have been a 60-yarder into the wind. He was making that.
Yeah, Donnie said in the clutch, a 70-yarder. It's Matt Prater. He's probably
Matt Prater is the most underrated kicker of all time. Like,
I might get a Matt Prater Buffalo Bills jersey at this point.
I own a Matt Prater Lions jersey. Like, I fucking love Matt Prater.
I thought he was goated. He was goated.
Jake Bates could play for the Lions for the next 10 years, and I promise you,
he ain't no Matt Prater.
Yeah, he ain't no Matt Prater. Matt Prater was the best thing about just the Lions back then, man. Everybody loved Matt Prater.
I thought it was super funny, the stories like Marshall just said about Josh Allen. Some of the other guys, like, they got introduced to him, they thought he was like the new special teams coach.
Like a special teams coach.
Like, they're like, oh, cool. Oh wait, you're a player? Like,
a lot of NFL players really don't know like any
he's in
players
his
from
19th season. 19th season.
And it's crazy.
God.
Like, you hear
I mean, I know he's a kicker, but that's just ridiculous.
You hear players talk, they don't like all of us. We could go into any locker room. I know who 20 of these people are. NFL players could go into a locker room. I honestly don't know who these guys are. Like, and I would be able to see Matt Prater in public. I would literally be able to go, that's Matt Prater. It's funny that other people can't do that, but I love that for him so much that he was able to do that. That is just it made me so happy for Matt.
That's
Prater.
That's likely his last big kick moment in the NFL, realistically. And that it's kind of a bummer to think of it that way. But I'm glad on national TV.
If the
41-year-old Matt Prater still showed.
If the Bills,
you're gonna nail that motherfucker.
If the Bills go out and win the Super Bowl this year or something,
give him.
I don't care about Josh Allen. I don't care about anybody. All I want to see is Matt Prater get to hold up his first Super Bowl trophy. It would be so worth it.
Okay.
All I'm gonna say is Tyler Bass needs to watch his fucking back, bro. Matt Prater
nightmare scenario though for us though. Listen, because yes, that would be awesome.
No, the Bills are not beating us in the Super Bowl. Matt Prater
on a last second kick by Matt Prater.
Dude,
that'd be like ultimate kicking the balls for Lions fans.
We could be up 2 with 3 seconds left. Kick that bitch out and it goes to the back of the end zone. I would be nervous Matt Prater would make the kick. I'm not gonna lie.
They might send Bro out there.
You can line that motherfucker up at the opposing 30 and I would still be very scared.
It was a great game. It really was. Derrick Henry was, like I said, amazing. Both quarterbacks were really good. James Cook was good. Everybody was good. It was just a really fun game to watch. And shout out to all of us. We all hit bets everywhere that night. Like, everybody was.
We did. I won $200 though.
Not the week one parlay, but
no. Sorry about our week one parlays, but
shit happens. My bad.
It is what it is. It was an amazing game and probably game of the year. It's gonna take an insane game. I would say Eagles Chiefs, but they both did not look.
Before we move on, I have a couple of points. One, Dallas was talking about the passive aggressiveness of NFL play calling down the stretch, and I was gonna say, I'm gonna play both points, so I get the wishy-washy of it. But if I put a lot of that loss on John Harbaugh in terms of the Ravens are the best team in the NFL for 3.5 quarters of every football game. And then they just shit the bed. And they've done it so many times where it's okay, I don't feel like it's Lamar because he's not having a costly turnover late. Derrick Henry had a fumble in this one, but that's his first time fumbling in a big spot like that. I mean, I guess you could blame the defense, but the defense gets put in a lot of tough spots against these other great quarterbacks. So
against the reigning MVP,
so it has to fall on John Harbaugh. There's nobody else to blame. But on the other side of the coin, in that scenario, up 15 in the fourth quarter, you have Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. The logical thing to do is to just run the ball. You know what I mean? What else are you going to do? Do you want Lamar to throw it to Zay Flowers or Mark Andrews or something in that scenario? Or would you rather have Lamar and Derrick Henry in the backfield and work on a run play? I blame John Harbaugh, but John Harbaugh didn't do a bad thing by just running those guys. Maybe you call different run plays or something like that, but in theory, those two, if you're drafting a quarterback and a running back to run out the clock in any scenario, Lamar's going to be your first pick at quarterback, and Derrick Henry is your second pick, maybe behind Saquon. They have the guys to run these clocks out. They just don't run the ball effectively in the fourth quarter for whatever reason. So I get, I blame John Harbaugh, but at the same time, I don't blame John Harbaugh. You know,
I blame him to the fact that they were loading up the box and you didn't adjust.
I mean, I guess it's just hard. You know what I mean?
it's just the fact that like we just saw Lamar pick up 10 yards on like a pass play scramble. You're telling me you can't do something like that, even if it is like a designed QB draw, but like have him have the options to pass it or throw or run. Like
maybe a screen in that scenario,
or a screen or something. It was just the fact that they were loading up the box and you ran it to the short side of the field, I think twice, and then.
But I mean, to John Harbaugh's to his defense a little bit. I mean, Derrick Henry had busted a 6-yard and a 58-yard touchdown in that game against some pretty loaded boxes. So like, it's not. I don't know. I don't think he did anything inherently wrong, but it's at the point where this has happened so many times that it has to fall on John Harbaugh. You know what I mean?
I feel like in the situation, you got to do at least something to what made you get the lead. Because playing passive's not going to do that. Do
you guys think, I know everybody's been debating it, do you guys think they should have went for that 4th and 3 on their own?
I said it in the group chat. I said it in the group chat.
Yeah,
I remember seeing it.
I probably would if I was John Harbaugh's situation.
I mean, I'm kind of torn. I think logically,
I don't remember how much time there was left.
It was like 150, or maybe it was right before the 2-minute. So like there was a decent amount of time left. I mean, I don't know. I can see both sides of it.
Yeah.
But another thing, I don't want to hear shit about Bills fans being good, like a good fan base. When they were leaving at the start of the fourth quarter, down 2 touchdowns, are we fucking kidding me right now? How dare you?
That's a rough look.
Yeah.
That is an abysmal look. I cannot believe they were leaving. Like, what fucking idiots? And people were like trying to justify it, like, oh, it's Sunday Night Football and motherfuckers got to work the next day. I don't give a fuck. If
I paid money to be there,
if it was like week 10 and they both had like 8, 9, 10 wins and like, you know what I mean? It's just for like playoff positioning. I get it. This is week 1, the biggest game of week 1 on paper. Like, how dare you not fucking sit that shit out?
To be fair, week 1, Sunday Night Football.
It's a huge game.
It's the hugest game ever. How much do you think those tickets cost? I guarantee it's a bunch of motherfuckers that don't even care that bought those tickets.
People, yeah.
A bunch of motherfuckers that don't even care.
How many rich people are in Buffalo, bro? Like, there's not.
I mean, how many rich people go to things just to say they went to it?
I mean, there's probably 100,000 people.
Not everybody that goes to Ford Field on a game day is from Detroit. Prime example, us 4.
I was about to say Detroit is not the richest place in the world, but man, there are some rich people there.
Yeah, but like Buffalo, New York is like up there. It's not like it's close to another city. Like that shit is kind of away. So a lot of those people like are from Buffalo or from the outskirts of Buffalo. There's not a lot of people like
Canada.
Yeah, there's a lot of Canadian Buffalo fans.
I guess. I mean, I guess I didn't really think about that, but I don't know. I just don't.
Moving on to our last game before we talk about the Detroit game, Monday Night Football, Vikings versus Bears. Ben Johnson's first game as a head coach, JJ McCarthy's first game as a quarterback, obviously not being able to play last year due to his ACL injury. It looked like the Bears were going to run away with it to start. The Vikings couldn't move the ball. They couldn't pass. They couldn't run barely. Bears were looking pretty good, and they had a 2-touchdown lead. All the way up to the fourth quarter, the Vikings had only scored 6 points. And all of a sudden, then the Vikings just flipped it on, and the Bears couldn't actually figure out what football was. And it got ugly, and then the Vikings went up by 2 touchdowns. Obviously, the Vikings won by 3. It was a garbage time, late time touchdown to try and make something happen. But and then another.
And then they botched the kickoff right after
move.
that.
I don't know why Ben Johnson wouldn't tell Santos just to kick it out of bounds.
He apparently did tell him.
Should have told him to just kick it way out of bounds. Like, why are we kicking it down the middle? I think that was the safer option. Like, what are we doing? Like, like everybody knows Santos is not that good of a kicker. Like, he is not going to make it out of bounds probably. So just kick that bitch out of bounds. But all in all, it was an ugly. In my opinion, it was a ugly game. I'm going to be completely unbiased here. It was an ugly game for both sides, kind of. If you're the Vikings, you're a little bit worried about the start of that game and just a little bit about maybe the defense and the offense. But
it was a messy game.
It was a messy game, but it's week 1. Obviously, things are going to get messy. So there's a lot of questions to be answered for the next weeks, and obviously division games are crazy. McCarthy looked pretty good in his, and he finally used his legs right there at the end in a really good design play by Kevin O'Connell. Had some good passes, finally turned it on, so we'll see if he can continue to put up there. But I don't think the Bears defense is crazy. Caleb Williams and the clutch just didn't look that good. I think, and people showed 3 examples of Ben Johnson using same plays he used when he was with the Lions, but they're just not going to work the same when you don't have the same players. Like, DeAndre Swift is not Jahmyr Gibbs or David Montgomery. DJ Moore is not Amon-Ra. Rome Odunze is not J-Mo. It's like those plays are not going to work with guys that aren't as good. And they were showing plays that were exactly plays from the Lions, but they just weren't working when they did work with the Lions. So I think the Bears will do okay, but it didn't look promising for Bears fans.
No, definitely not. Shout out to JJ for throwing his first career touchdown pass to the Bears defense. But
that was a bad pick six.
Actually,
That was a
nice
really bad
little
pick
game.
six.
That
was when I lost all hope for him.
That was kind
because
of the moment that
rough
he was
pick
like,
six.
"Oh shit, I should probably get my shit together," and he was lights out after that. So props to him for responding to that, battling back. I did see a stat that he is, since that TCU game at Michigan, he's 16-0 as a starting quarterback, which is pretty sick. And then yesterday was also a homecoming game for him. He grew up, outside of Chicago, grew up a Bears fan, so that was pretty sweet moment
I'm like,
for
you
him
know a
as
lot
well.
about JJ McCarthy.
That is
Because I
brutal.
watched the game.
Man,
That's right.
The stat about him being 16-0, I did see that on Twitter earlier today, and I bookmarked that in my brain
you
to
know
bring
you be
back
following
up.
those JJ McCarthy.
Correction. He's actually 62-0 as a starter, period, in his career.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait until that's up next week.
I was gonna say, who do they play this week?
They play the Falcons.
Actually,
It ain't-
he's gonna be 63-0.
It ain't ending this week.
The only question I have, guys, is where else would you rather be? Because
What do you mean? Like
JJ
now?
McCarthy,
In bed?
national championship winner, JJ McCarthy, Michigan University legend.
Michigan University.
We are the University of Michigan.
You're there. There you go, buddy.
And guess
That's
what?
different.
Legend, champion. You
Where's
don't know
the-
nothing
where-
about that, do you, Colin?
Where is this going? Where is this going? First off, can we get to the point? Where's this going?
JJ McCarthy put on a fucking clinic.
Okay, now we
21
are
unanswered. Oh, in the fourth
Oh my
quarter
God,
alone.
we've lost this.
This is what he was
podcast.
talking about when
he
he
is
said
the
he was
first.
teeing it
I
up.
believe he is the first quarterback to. I can't remember exactly what the stat was, and I don't want to butcher it. But I think he was the first quarterback to have a 3-touchdown fourth quarter since
Brand.
season. It was something like that. I don't
He's
know.
also the first quarterback
his
since
debut, I mean.
Cam Newton to have 2 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown in his NFL debut. And 3 of those touchdowns came in the fourth quarter. I don't know what you guys want to say. Sure, you could shit on him for the interception, the pick six,
Okay.
the early
Don't say
beginning.
the interception like it's a made-up stat or something, like it's EPA.
Like it wasn't the worst interception I've ever
Because
seen.
at the end of the day,
At the end of the day,
This
Kevin O'Connell
mother-
is the main reason he did anything that game.
at the end of the day, JJ McCarthy is and has always been a winner.
Okay, well when he
4-0.
uses the division list here,
4-0 against
we'll
MSU.
go back to this
4-0
podcast.
against Ohio
All right,
State.
whoa. 4-0 against MSU. 4-0 against MSU. Excuse me. That's not accurate.
3-0.
not
Sorry,
He was 2-1.
He didn't play against. He didn't start.
Yes, he did. Well, he didn't start. As a
didn't
starter, he's
start.
2-0 then.
2-0, undefeated.
Okay,
Here we
Colin, why
go.
would you
Undefeated against MSU.
when he said-
Undefeated against Ohio State.
That's all that matters. The Ohio State.
Undefeated in the NFL as of right now.
I was going to say 1 week into his
It's over.
career as a starter.
To our NF,
Talking
to our
about
viewers that
overreactions.
want us, that we still want you to stay subscribed. Please don't unsubscribe after that whole spiel.
I mean, that I didn't hear.
Y'all
it.
could
He's
not
the one
get
that
this.
fumbled in crunch
I-
time against MSU a couple of years ago.
I'm
Y'all
not
could
a-
not get that
a
man's
big
dick
guy.
out of your mouth. And as soon as
Don't
this
say I
game-
can't after the
gave
spiel
him
you
his
just had
props,
like it
and
was
now
Tom
you are
Brady.
glazing.
I am.
You would
I-
think
I
you were
gave him his
introducing
props.
Tom
I gave
Brady,
him
the
shit, and then I
vile
gave him his props. He had a nice little
I am-
fourth quarter.
I gave him his
You're the
props
one
too
glazing
until
him right
that
a
was
now.
when
nice
the
little
middle-
fourth quarter. Yeah, 21
Hey,
unanswered.
hey.
It's a nice little fourth quarter.
I wanted to
I'm
give him
a
his
bridge-
props
I'm a
too until
bridge
Dallas made him
gap.
sound like Tom Brady.
How much of
I'm a
that?
bridge
How
gap.
much of that was him versus the Bears sucking?
Hey, when you got a quarterback that wears a heather gray t-shirt that's down
Yeah,
to
that's
his fucking
crazy.
elbows, you're
That
gonna
was
lose every
crazy.
fucking game. I'm sorry.
To bridge the gap on that whole spiel, I'm not a big JJ McCarthy fan, but I mean everything Dallas said about Michigan is right. So I mean I don't want.
What does that have anything to do with this NFL podcast? I don't understand what we're doing here. Good lord.
Ain't no way you're saying that when you're on the side of this motherfucker. MSU legend. Actually, he played.
I didn't say anything about MSU legends. I don't know why we're
lucky.
on
You're
your
lucky. You're lucky. I was gonna do it for Keon Coleman since he played at Michigan State.
Shut the
I
fuck
knew you
up.
were. I'm surprised you
Okay, let me chime in since we can get back to reality here. Because holy shit, we just lost this podcast. This could be the worst episode of all time with what Dallas just did. Oh my god.
Oh, what I just did.
I gave the man his flowers. He played an amazing fourth quarter. He played a great
Oh, now it's
fourth
amazing.
quarter.
First, it was a nice little fourth quarter.
I
Now it's
was the one
amazing.
that said
I didn't
that.
say
I was the one that
nice
said
little
that.
fourth
Chill out on
quarter.
Marshall.
I said
was
he
the one
played
that
a
said that.
great
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Okay,
And we're back together.
let's first off, it was his first NFL game against a Bears defense that was missing their best corner, by the way. Again, Kevin O'Connell made Sam Darnold almost an MVP candidate last year, and this is the same Sam Darnold that not only looked like he didn't know how to play football when he just got to Seattle, but didn't know how to play football before he got to the Vikings. I am convinced Kevin O'Connell can make anyone into a good quarterback. Now, I do think J.J. McCarthy will be better than Sam Darnold, but again, a lot of in that crunch time was good play calling. If you watch it, it was really good play calling.
But JJ's got to. To be fair, I did not see the fourth quarter, but I mean JJ's got to complete the passes.
Okay,
I was just saying because
did I not say that JJ played great? I did.
The Bears
I said
also
JJ
had some
played
pretty
great.
good play calling.
Okay, but you just made that sound like
Caleb was missing.
I did not.
Like
It's not all about Kevin O'Connell. I'm just saying this wasn't like Josh Allen's fourth quarter comeback versus the Ravens, where he is throwing absolute dimes in the middle
So
of the
you're
defense.
basically just giving KOC like 99% of the credit.
I'm basically saying that Dallas needs to calm down at least 90% of what he just came out.
I want to put it.
I mean, all he did was state
Facts.
99% facts. He was wrong about the MSU stat, but that was the only thing.
I want to put a little button on this. As
You
somebody
make it sound like JJ McCarthy just won the Super Bowl. It was week one.
The way y'all were dogging him, it was the Super Bowl.
I'm still going to continue to dog him. He did not prove that much. It's week one.
I might be like totally wrong in this because I did not get to watch most of the game. I was kind of in and out of watching it. But as somebody who like just saw after the fact and saw like some of the first half, I mean, I feel like out of all the games, this is one of the games where like, obviously the Bears aren't happy, but I mean, I think both teams should like not be like pissed. You know what I mean? Like, Caleb Williams looked really good to start the game. He went 10 for 10 in the beginning, and like he showed flashes of what he could be in a Ben Johnson offense. I guess it didn't go well down the stretch, but like
I need you to give Dallas the same energy about overreacting that you gave me for overreacting about.
Don't interrupt me, motherfucker. Don't interrupt me. And then JJ looked bad in the first half, so it seems like they just kind of switched. Both of them played one good half or one good quarter. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, obviously the Vikings are more happy because
the Bears realistically only had like one real good drive the whole thing.
I mean, they were winning by a good amount. But I think neither of these teams.
Part of that was because of a pick six. The Bears offense scored.
The Bears offense had one good drive.
JJ knew they were going to start struggling, so he had to give them.
I'm sure he did.
I don't know. I feel like out of almost all the teams in the league, out of every team to not be a finished product, I think these two teams are going to have like the biggest growth from beginning to end, more so than any other team. So like, I'm not super sweating it for either. Like, I'm not out on the Vikings or the Bears.
Bears got a tough schedule this year.
I mean, yeah, but I think that's probably going to be one of their worst.
They all have tough all year. We all play like every NFC North team plays like the same team.
I mean, obviously, you know, all of our division is crazy this year, but
I'm just saying. I think
they have like the same schedule as the Lions, and everyone's dogging on the Lions, saying they're not going to make the playoffs this year.
The Vikings also schedule, like,
and nobody is talking about the fact that the Bears play an identical schedule.
Yeah, the Vikings also do the same thing. The Vikings also play the Bengals, Steelers, Eagles, Packers, obviously Cowboys, and
the Vikings
Commanders.
somehow have the hardest schedule out of all of us. I don't know how, but they somehow do have the hardest schedule.
Because they also play Chargers, which we don't.
I think, Colin, the thing you're overlooking is a lot of people. I'm not even going to say right or wrong that I agree with it. I think a lot of people view the Lions on, like, they lost a bunch of people and they're kind of on the downslope, while the Bears just gained a bunch of people and they're on the uptick. I think that's the difference in perception.
That's all they gained this offseason is Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson does not matter that much to the team.
They gained a whole new coaching staff. They rebuilt the entire O-line. Like, they did more.
Clearly, it didn't work.
Yeah, it did not work.
It didn't work week one, but like, I'm not gonna say like.
He says that about the Bears, but when we get to the
revisit
Lions,
that in 2 minutes when we talk about the Lions.
Jonah Jackson was good. It's not like they have axe linemen or unproven guys. They have guys that were good and just are in a new spot.
I'm gonna move us on after maybe one of the lowest points in the podcast history.
I can't believe you talked that much about that.
Besides Billy Cannon, that was a top
legend.
Honestly, give me Billy Cannon.
You got mentioned.
LSU legend.
You got mentioned.
Give me Billy
Oh, did
Cannon.
he play at Michigan State?
Give
No,
me
he
Billy
went to
Cannon
LSU.
over JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, good.
Getting on to the last game we will talk about.
Billy Cannon's the GOAT.
Right.
Better than JJ McCarthy.
Ain't a school in the country that would turn down Billy Cannon.
Getting on to the last game before we get into our picks. Don't want to spend an hour on this. But
I don't have much to say on it.
the
honestly.
Lions did not do well against the Packers. It was a very, very slow game for them. We could not get the running game going. The passing game, for some reason, it didn't ever seem like we got it going. But honestly, on paper, it seemed like Goff played a pretty good game. But I think a lot of that was a little bit of garbage time mixed into it. Just wasn't, we couldn't really stop anything in the secondary. We weren't getting any pressure. Just didn't look good for us. It was a rusty week one. But obviously, like, my favorite thing that Dan Campbell said is that we started 1-6 with Ben Johnson. We looked awful with Ben Johnson. It was literally on the verge of like, Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes might be out of here, like with how this is looking. And then all of a sudden we bring it
Packers
back.
game. That
Turned
Packers
it
game.
That Packers game. So it looked awful with Ben Johnson. It's going to take some time, and I think it's going to not take as much as time as it did last time with Ben Johnson, just because we have good players. But it was a slow game, and it'll get there. I think definitely the one thing the only thing I would say that I'm scared about is just the no pressure. It's just no pressure was just not good against a mid Packers.
They need
see.
somebody else on the other side.
And
of
hopefully it was
line.
just Hutch first time jitters on the field, and hopefully he can bring it back this week against a mid Bears O line.
We just get
But-
double teamed because there's nobody else on that line.
That's
that
the problem. And honestly, I wish we would have gotten Zadarius.
But we're
Smith
good.
back.
We're good. We're good on Zadarius Smith.
I'm not too worried about the O line that much. It didn't look good, but that Packers D line is mean. Like that Packers D line is very mean.
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons was up. He was just running through anybody he wanted to at any moment. And Rashawn Gary was killing it too. Everybody was killing it. So I'm not too worried about the O line.
There were some missed assignments on the O line. I hate Graham Glasgow, and I want him to get the fuck out of town.
Isaac Tesla, right there at the end of the game, his first career catch is an Odell Beckham catch.
Catch of the year candidate.
Wild first catch. And I love the Amon-Ra mic'd up as he goes, what a catch, man. He was like, did you get your ball? He's like, no, where's the ball? It was a wholesome moment between the two.
Yeah.
But just not the game we wanted. But again, it's a new coaching staff, new things to work with.
I think honestly, the moment that Brian Branch's pick six got called back was like the moment that we had officially lost that game.
That sucked.
Because coming out of that, defense was deflated, and that was like our last semblance of any hope. As the defense was playing decent, they were playing well enough to win.
And here's the thing: is you look on paper too, the Packers' offense didn't play that great. Like they started off good, but Jordan Love only threw for 188 yards, and he should have thrown for a pick six. Should have thrown for
the
2
run
picks.
was
One
shut
out
down
one
for 3/4 of the game.
Josh Jacobs. The run defense was great. I will say it along. Donnie never agreed with me. DJ Reader is a great defensive tackle. He is a great run stopper because he had Josh Jacobs in a box for the first half. Josh Jacobs was not moving that ball in that first half. Yeah. And honestly, I was very impressed. It was just that all of a sudden, Terry Arnold got cooked once, and it was bad. That was about the only really bad one I saw. That one to Romeo Dobbs right over the top was not good. Yeah, again, it's week one. Dan Collins said up afterwards, the Packers had not lost a home opener in so long.
12 straight.
It's just kind of one of those things where we also started out slow. Last year, the Lions week one, honestly, we probably should have.
They've been 1-1.
We went to OT in week one last year against the Rams on a game that we did not look good. I watched actually the replay of that game a couple weeks ago. We did not look good. It was a bad game for us. And then we lost in week two to the Bucs. We only scored like 10 points that game. So it's just, if we're having the same conversation in 3 weeks after like the Browns game or something, okay, then I'm starting to get worried. But am I worried right now? Not really. Maybe just about the D-line on how there was absolutely no pressure, but I'm not.
I saw that Jared actually, like the offensive line, for how many missed assignments they had all fucking game. But I guess most of it was really in the run game. Because Jared actually had the most time to throw out of any quarterback not named Lamar Jackson or oh my god, why am I blanking on
Josh Allen?
Josh Allen, thank you. I was like, I'm looking at the Bills logo right now on my screen. I was gonna say they both had the most time to throw, but Jared Goff was 3. Our offensive line gave him the 3rd most amount of time to throw in that game, which is a little concerning because we still couldn't do anything with it. But it is what it is. I mean, I think the pieces will come together. 2 new coordinators on both sides of the ball. Like it'll shake out. This team is way too talented to not win games this year. I know that, coordinators are a big part of that, but this team has way too much talent still to lose way too many games. Like that, it'll be fine. It was just, it'll come together.
The only things I have to say, then we'll let Donnie go on his spiel. The only, obviously the run game, I feel like is very important for this team. I love Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he's better than David Montgomery. I want David Montgomery to start games. I feel like
he's a tone setter.
I believe he sets the tone.
Well, that was the thing last year is you would punch the defense in the mouth with David Montgomery, and that would open things up for Jahmyr Gibbs later in the game.
And I think we went too many drives without getting David Montgomery in there.
Yeah,
and at that point, the momentum was
until the third or fourth drive.
Exactly. And I think at that point, it was just a little too late to kind of deliver the punch. The momentum wasn't on our side. That was my only concern. I would like to see David Montgomery start games versus Jahmyr. But obviously, Jahmyr can get majority of the touches. He had 10 catches or something like he had 10 receptions. He just couldn't really get loose. He had 31 yards. But so we're clearly running our offense through Jahmyr. I just think adding David Montgomery a little bit more into the run game is going to help him out overall. And honestly, I thought the Packers looked good overall. I think Jordan Love had a great game in my eyes. He had 16 completions to 10 different receivers. I think that's pretty impressive. Of course, he had no pressure on him, which I think will come. And then my also concern is, yes, Hutch is getting double teamed, but if Hutch is as good as he's supposed to be, he needs to break half of those double teams. Yeah. So, because we don't talk about TJ Watt. Oh, he's getting double team all game. He's still at Max Crosby, Myles Garrett. Those guys are getting
Micah
double
Parsons
teamed.
was getting double teamed.
Micah Parsons getting double teamed. We need some of that out of Hutch, and I do think it's his first game back from the injury. He was probably still feeling it out, so I'd like to see him get a little bit more involved. But I mean, I just think
news is that Bears O-line does not look as good as the Packers O-line did this week. So
true. I just think
maybe that'll come this week.
I just think the Packers came out ready to play. We just started too slow, couldn't get any momentum, and I'm not too worried about the future. I just, like I said, if it's a continuation, obviously we'll start worrying. But first game, new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator, I'm not too worried right now.
All right, Donnie, say some dumb shit. I'm ready. I'm hovering over the mute button.
You don't have to mute this, man.
I liked how positive you guys made that, because I'm about to make it kind of negative.
I'm shocked.
we are.
I'm negative Nancy over here.
Not
my problem is not that the Lions lost.
Okay, well then solves that. All right, on to picks.
Awesome.
No, my problem is what the Lions looked like in that loss. That was not the Detroit Lions. Like, that was not what this team has been the last 3 years. Hell with the last 2. The last 2 years they've been good. The year before that they were okay. The year before that they were bad. They didn't look like any of those 4 teams. That was just awful football. Like, I don't think, outside of the run defense, which I will give them, that was good. That was very solid. Nothing else looked good. Nothing. I don't think anything looked good. I think it all stems from the interior of that O-line. But, like, the interior of the Lions O-line looked like probably one of the worst units in football across all of week 1. That was so rough. And the Lions not kind of taking it to teams like how we have the last few years, I think is such a monumental shift in philosophy for the team, where, like, I don't really, like, if we don't have that, I don't know what we do. Like, that is what the team is built on, is that O-line moving motherfuckers and setting a tone. So, like, I think it's hard if we don't have that to be the team that we are built to be. You know what I mean? Like Dallas kind of said, we ran a lot of the offense through J-Mo. J-Mo on his 10 catches for 31 yards.
Jahmyr.
That's what I meant. My bad. Did you guys know that's actually in the history of the NFL the least amount of yards anybody's ever had in a 10-catch game?
I believe it.
Yeah, look at it.
I'm not even looking at the box score, and I can tell you, I believe it.
He got
I
a
don't
lot
even
of
know what the
touches.
number is.
He got a lot of touches, and he was absolutely bottled up. I will, in the start of this, I'll say, I talked a lot of shit on Green Bay last week, and I want to let any Packers fan that is watching this, I don't take back a single fucking word that I said. I do not think the Packers are that team. That is kind of, I think, where my worry comes from, is I didn't watch that and I didn't think, oh my fucking God, the Packers are insane. I watched that and I thought, holy fuck, the Lions are in trouble. That's kind of like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Packers, I think they come out and they play Washington at home this week. If they come out and they do what they did to us against Washington, I can start to change my tone. I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it was more the Packers dominating. I think it was the Lions getting dominated. Honestly, the thing that kind of scares me more than anything is, like I said, the change in philosophy, it seems like, or like just the mental switch of, like, instead of us owning the line of scrimmage, us getting owned at the line of scrimmage. And I mean, y'all are probably going to hate me for this, but we haven't brought it up yet. I think J-Mo getting his deal done before Hutch is, like, not like the biggest sign in the world, but I think that's a big sign in, I don't know what, I think Brad and Dan are starting to overthink what got them to this point. Like, they got to this point by the O-line and, to a lesser extent, the D-line being solid and then building from there. I think getting J-Mo's deal done before you get Hutch locked up is like a subtle sign of, like, they're thinking too much about the high-flyingness of this team, and they're losing sight of this team was built on the O&D line. And I just think that is, I think they are starting, I think they have, I don't know if you guys ever heard the phrase of, like, the smartest guy in the room syndrome. I think that's a possibility. Like, they have done no wrong the last 2 years. Yes, we've had playoff heartbreaks, and, like, that happens to a lot of teams, but, like, this is the first time where it's like, okay, we went into the offseason. They supposedly knew Frank could have retired. They drafted a guy, but they let Zeitler walk when they did not have to. They know that pass rush was an issue, especially with Aiden coming off a bad leg. They did not address it. Like, and what the additions they did make were, like, they drafted a first-round defensive tackle, which, yes, I agree that is going to help in theory. Like, he didn't have a big performance, but you would think that would help. But it's just like, they did not put these resources where they should have been put. And that worries me, not so much that they're being conservative. It worries me that they're just not building the team the way that they built the team to get them good. You know what I mean? I feel like that is a fair criticism of what we saw yesterday. Because that's not I don't think that's something where, like, you come out and, oh, you just get punched in the mouth one game. I think that is like a philosophy shift playing out on the field.
Yeah,
All right.
I see your point. I just don't necessarily think that that's the case.
Marshall. All right.
But, we've spent a lot
I
of
could
time
absolutely rebuttal what Donnie's take is, but it is getting, like,
we spent like 15 minutes on this game.
We still haven't
We're
done
Lions fans,
we
but
still haven't
gotta
done
get the
picks, so
Yup.
that's the
We
only
spent
reason.
30 minutes on the fucking Vikings and the Bears. Which, respectfully, I don't give a fuck about that game.
We really did not spend that much
We
time.
spent like 10 minutes on
I was
that.
gonna
Let's
say, I
spend
think-
10 minutes just talking about JJ McCarthy. Are we dead ass right now? Yes, we took a long time on that game.
I just think there was a lot to talk about, and we just covered all of it. Like, we
I think
really-
it's the fact that it's week 1 of the
we did.
NFL schedule.
It is. I'm not blaming anybody
next
or
week it's
anything.
going to be chopped down.
I was about to say, I'm not
like-
blaming anybody or anything, but it is week 1. You got to cover a lot more than you would in just week 4 or week
Right,
5.
yeah.
So
I'll
it's
just,
and you think
I'll-
normal podcasts go for way longer than this. So we're
I'll just say this before we get into the picks. This week immediately becomes a must-win for the Lions. Like,
Oh,
you
100%.
oh yeah.
you have, because I'm sorry, the Ravens are going to beat the fuck out of us in front of the world.
I don't know.
Now, this next game.
I say that, but
Oh
I,
my
really
God.
I don't know if they will.
I
The one thing I used to
think
like about
Lions-
the old school Lions was that for whatever reason, the Lions would always play good against good teams for no reason. So
The
I have a
Ravens-
feeling that maybe that we could win this game narrowly against the Bears, and then we might just go in and for some reason we might just beat the Ravens.
I'm going to tell you guys, though, like, the points that I brought up, you guys might not agree with, but if Dan is, like, still that hard-nosed, like, line of scrimmage, we own it, and we don't come out and we don't look great immediately against the Bears, I'm fucking... I didn't push the panic button after this first game. They got their ass beat, and I think it was a horrible game, more than you guys do. But if they come out and they don't look good against a bad Bears line, I'm going to be hitting the panic button personally.
All right, speaking of next week's opponents, Thursday Night Football, Commanders at Packers. I want to lean Packers because it's at home. Both teams are coming off a short week, but I think kind of piggybacking off of some of the comments we made about the Lions' loss and how the Packers still didn't look quite good, I think the Commanders defensively looked a lot better than we did last week, and I think that's going to continue into this week, and so I'm going to go Commanders getting the road upset here on Thursday night.
My only concern with the Commanders is they stalled out against the Giants pretty bad. they were stuck on 14 points for a minute. So I feel like that's a very big possibility here. I am going to go Commanders. However, I think Jaden Daniels' dual threat ability will help lead them to a win.
After a huge momentum boost against a good Lions team, and then staying at home, like I said, if the Packers lose, I said from the beginning. Well, that's what I said. I said from the beginning, if the Packers lose week 1, they're going to lose week 2. I said if they're going to win week 1, they're going to win week 2. Got to stick by that. I got Packers.
Commanders.
All right.
I like it.
Giants at Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys, which I would not have thought I was going to say 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Cowboys every time against the Giants until they get.
I was about to say
Jackson
you weren't gonna.
Dart out there.
2 weeks ago, you weren't gonna pick the Cowboys.
I thought that the Giants were gonna look a little bit better than they did, and I thought the Cowboys were gonna look a lot worse than they did.
I'm just waiting for Jackson Dart to get out there, then I'll start picking them to win some games.
They can't play that man; he's gonna die.
But yeah,
that
I got
offensive
Cowboys.
Line looks rough.
You know, if it were in New York, I'd say Giants, but it's not. So give me the Cowboys.
Giants.
Ooh,
Riding with the Giants again.
didn't fare well for them last week, but hey.
Yeah, well, I mean, the season's already a loss for him. So, Seahawks at Steelers. Give me the Steelers.
Yeah, give me the Steelers.
I'm also taking Steelers. Like I said, I'm all for this Rodgers comeback season looking great. I think that Seattle team did not look good against 49ers.
We're getting a little too comfortable with giving Aaron Rodgers love. We should still hate.
I'm giving Aaron Rodgers love.
He had a great first game back. We can go back to hating him now. All right, we don't have to,
Nope. Give me the Steelers.
Steelers by a lot.
Yeah. Rams at Titans. Rams.
Yeah, Cam Ward looked rough, but I'm gonna go Rams for sure.
No, the Titans didn't look too bad in Mile High, and the Rams looked a little rough at home
Against a Texans team that is certainly better than the Titans.
You're right, Colin. Give me the Titans.
Yeah, there it is. I knew it.
Yeah, Rams.
All right, Bills at Jets. Honestly, thought this was going to be easy money, but with how they looked against the Steelers, I don't know. I think I'm going to go Bills, but I would not be surprised if the Jets steal this one.
I'm gonna go Bills. Pretty confident. Jets had a good game, but 32 points. I don't know if they could repeat that.
Yeah, I'm going Bills. There's a part of me that like the Jets did look good, but not good enough to beat the Bills. What? Hello?
Bills.
Oh, okay.
All right. Patriots at Dolphins. Give me the Patriots. Oh my God. Dolphins might go 0-17.
God, I hope so. God, I hope so. Yeah, Marshall's hot take for Mike McDaniel not making it this season is getting right there, man. Give me the Patriots.
Yeah, I can buy that. Give me the Patriots.
Patriots.
All right, Jags at Bengals. Damn. This one's tough.
There it is. Yes, we're back.
I don't think that one's one of the catchphrases, but I'll believe you
It's
guys.
up there, man.
I think ugly fucking game is more of a catchphrase than this one's tough. I think the Bengals barely snuck by a really bad Cleveland team, but they are in fact on one of their slow starts. Give me the Jags.
I'm gonna go Bengals, man.
I liked how the Jags looks. As a guy who picked up ETN really late in the draft, I'm very happy right now. He looked really good, and it looks like he's the for sure number one. I'm gonna go Jags.
Jags.
All right, Niners at Saints. Do we know what's going on with Brock Purdy? We didn't really talk about his injury. I know Kittle's on IR. Do we know if Brock's
he's
going
out
to play
3 to 5
this week?
weeks.
No, I haven't.
All right, let me see if I can find that. Really quick.
Give me 2 seconds. Already on it. And Purdy could miss week 2. He's questionable.
Who's their backup?
Shoulder. He hurt his shoulder and his toe.
Nice.
Are they on the same side or? No way. This is a quote from Shanahan. I'd say the toe is worse than the shoulder.
Mac Jones is the backup.
Oh yeah, I know who I'm picking.
All right, Colin.
I'm gonna go Niners over the Saints.
Yeah, give me the Niners.
Yeah, give me the Niners.
Give me the Saints.
I knew he was gonna say it.
It's gonna be right about it one of these weeks.
Spencer Rattler.
Eventually, the Saints are gonna win one of these.
Spencer
games,
Rattler
he's gonna
versus
be able to say, "I told you so."
Spencer Rattler versus Mac Jones. The Lions game's at the same time as this one. I might have to leave the stadium. Just go watch.
Yeah. Browns at Ravens. Sneaky game here for the Browns. No, I'm just kidding. Ravens, easy money by like 2 scores minimum.
Yeah, give me the Ravens.
Yeah, it's the Ravens.
Ravens.
All right. Bears at Lions. Lions bounce back. Ben Johnson is booed relentlessly in his welcome back game to Ford Field. Give me the Lions.
Yeah, I agree. This has got to be a must win, especially divisional game. Give me the Lions. We're gonna boo Ben Johnson back to Chicago.
Yeah, I picked Green Bay last week and it was right. So maybe I'm not a jinx this year. I will be at this game. Me and Donnie will be at this game. Yeah, I'm gonna go Detroit. Give me the Lions.
I feel like you got to go Bears now, otherwise the Bears are gonna get the upset. You got to take one for the team here, Donnie. You can't all go Lions.
He was going Bears anyway.
I think the Lions, like I said, I think the Lions need to come out and look dominant. I don't think they do that, but I think they barely squeak by. I think it's gonna be one of those games they win, but we're not happy about it kind of games.
A win is a win, any given Sunday.
If they beat the Bears like 12-13, you're gonna be happy.
No, but
Exactly. Thank you. Let's go.
I'd appreciate being in the win column at least. Get one under our belt. Broncos at Colts. Give me the Broncos. This might end up being a sneaky good game after last week.
I thought this man Colin was Danny Jones or Daniel Jones.
Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Broncos.
It's in Indy. The Broncos did not look good against a Titans team. The defense is good. It's going to really test if Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor and that offense are actually good. But honestly, I'm saying Colts. I was thinking Colts either way, but it's just me.
Yeah, give me the Broncos.
Crap.
Right.
All myself.
Panthers at Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals.
Ooh, I'm gonna take the Panthers, man. They got to bounce back from. That was a tough loss last week.
I'm going to go Cardinals just because it's in Arizona.
Yeah, I'm back out on the Panthers. Give me the Cardinals.
Bro was on the Panthers for.
All right,
one
Panthers.
pick.
That means Panthers are winning, bro, next week. All right, back in on the Panthers.
All right. Eagles at Chiefs. I think the Chiefs get a nice bounce back win here. Give me the Chiefs.
I'm gonna go Eagles. I just think the Eagles have the Chiefs number, and the Chiefs are down quite a few players right now on offense. So I like the Eagles.
Before the season started, this was probably like this game of the year. Like this is, and honestly, now I don't think this is gonna be that good of a game. Like I think it's gonna be a decent game, but not something that is gonna be a crazy game to go back and look on. It's in Arrowhead. The Chiefs started off slow. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm pissed this is not Sunday Night Football. I don't know what the fuck this schedule means.
What is Sunday Night Football? Is it Falcons?
Falcons Vikings. Real fucking bar.
That's going to actually be an entertaining game.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
How the fuck dare they?
Yeah, it should be this game.
That's fucking.
Kirk Cousins is sitting there.
Donnie, it'll be fine.
fucking
It'll be
pissed.
fine. I'll drive us home and I'll set up the game while we're watching on the highway. That's nothing bad's ever happened from that.
Yeah. Chiefs don't get blown out except for this week. Their offense looked like shit. They didn't change anything from last year. I think the Eagles win by a lot.
All right. Speaking of Sunday Night Football, Falcons at Vikings. I think I'm gonna go Vikings just because it's in Minnesota. Primetime game. That crowd's gonna be very, very loud. Gonna be a tough time for Michael Penix.
The reason this is Sunday Night Football is because this is the national championship game rematch between Penix and JJ McCarthy. Fun fact.
That's a fair point. I hadn't even thought about that.
Up when I give a fuck. What the fuck is
I
that?
think
Are we serious?
Gosh.
I was just trying to find some justification on why this is Sunday Night Football.
There is none. This is the worst primetime game I've
Colin,
ever seen.
who did you go with?
This is not the worst.
I went with the Vikings.
Roger Goodell, for an early season primetime game, this is the worst primetime game I've ever seen.
Also,
Roger
I want to
Goodell,
point out something real quick.
he's put in fucking prison for this game.
I was
Are we
just
serious?
curious. That last game, Chiefs-Eagles, so that is probably 25 games that we've guessed so far. That is the first game out of week 1 and halfway through week 2 that we have split. We didn't split a single time in week 1, and we have not split so far until that game. It was always 3-1, 4-0, 1-3, anything like that. That was the first split, which is crazy.
I'm gonna go Falcons here.
Just because it's in... I'm not a big Michael Penix believer. I'm not a big J.J. McCarthy believer, but I'm a big Kevin O'Connell believer. So give me the Vikings.
I'm still disgusted. This is a primetime. This is gonna be the first game of the year, a standalone game I do not watch. I could not give a fuck less about this.
Not a real fan.
This game's
football's
gonna
good
be-
football.
This game's gonna be like 10-3. Like
Okay,
slow
that's
burn.
pushing
No,
it.
it's not.
It's
No,
a,
this game.
I think this game's definitely 20-something to 20.
After the game the Falcons just had with the Bucks, and then
Right.
the
thank you.
comeback win that the Vikings.
It's
just
definitely not
had.
going to be that bad.
If the Vikings pick up
It's
where
gonna
they
be
left
bad.
off offensively, this will be a good game. This will be an entertaining game to watch. I don't care about either of these two teams. Well, I mean, I guess I care about how the Vikings do, but like, it's week 2. Doesn't really matter all that much yet, but it should be entertaining. Like, we're overreacting here.
No shot. This game's good.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I don't even know. The Vikings, because they're at home, I guess that crowd can get pretty raucous. But other than that, yeah, I guess the Vikings.
Who's Rockets?
That is such shit.
One of 2 Monday Night Football games this week. Buccaneers at Texans. The first game at 7:00.
Jesus.
I think the Buccaneers get it done on the road again and take down the Texans.
I mean, Baker MVP is still kind of on the table. Give me the Bucks.
I'm not a big
You just
fan
really
of these
wanna be
whole.
right.
I don't like the whole double Monday night things.
I'm not a big fan either.
I just don't. It doesn't sit with me that crazy. I don't know. I'd rather add anything else, and honestly, even a fucking Friday game. I wanted to go Bucks, but I feel like Houston's gonna have a big bounce back game. I'm gonna go Houston.
Oh, we can't hear you, Donnie.
Yeah.
All I said is it's tough.
Oh,
I don't know, man. I feel like the Texans need this game, but the Bucks are the better team.
That's why I picked Houston. I feel like it's a must-win for them. Yeah, it's at home.
Yeah, fuck it. Give me the Bucks.
Chargers at Raiders, kicking off at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, I think Chargers pick up where they left off and get a nice little road win in division again. Give me the Chargers.
yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers. I don't think the Raiders actually should have won last week anyway. So give me the Chargers.
Someone on the East Coast who doesn't want to really watch a 10 p.m. game. This sucks, but honestly, this would be a great game to go to. I've always wanted to go to Allegiant. I've heard it's an amazing stadium, and Chargers are a great team, and Raiders played a pretty decent week 1. This would be a good game to go to, but I'm going to go with Chargers.
Yeah, we're overlooking the fact that this man, Pete Carroll, specifically wanted to come back to bust this man, Jim Harbaugh's ass one more time. Yeah, give me the Raiders.
Yeah, honestly, I regret taking the Chargers, but I'll stick with it. All right, that's it for picks. That is
Lion
it for
Frontier would get you there and back for 185.
picks. Oh, sweet. Send me 190 and we'll call it good.
We are gonna do guess the NFL player, 10 questions only. You guys can ask 10 questions about this player, and after 10 questions, you have to guess who this player is. You can ask any question about the player, and then at the end, you each get one guess. And if you guys don't get it, you lose. If you guys get it, you get it. I think it'd just be something quick.
So we're all on a team.
Yep, you're all the goal is to you three to guess who this player is together. So Colin, you can start off any question about.
Wow, we're starting. Colin gets the first question.
Yep, Colin gets the first
I
question.
thought we were gonna brainstorm. The
Yeah, that's
questions
what I
together.
thought.
Colin's gonna immediately guess Drew Brees. I'm not a fan of this.
Are they male or female?
Would be a hell of a poll.
I feel like the first question, we need to narrow it down to the team. How about, this isn't my question, Dallas. I'm conversing with my team. NFC or AFC?
Yes.
Okay. First question, NFC or AFC?
AFC.
Okay. I feel like we can't probably use it. We probably can't go, or well, we can ask certain division. He has to answer whatever question, so.
Yeah.
Or no, we have to ask the question. He just answers, so.
Yeah. I mean,
So, like, can I ask the question, what division are they in?
Nope. It'd have to be, are they in this division?
Okay.
Yes or no?
That'd be a little easy.
I mean, that last question wasn't a yes or no question.
But it's one of those like, oh, is he in the
Yeah,
AFC?
It's this or this. I see.
What's his name?
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, obviously that one wouldn't be allowed.
Okay.
Thank you, Colin, for that
I have a
clarification.
good,
Curious, do you have a guess?
no, I might have a good question.
My next question would have been offense or defense.
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure if we wanted to your point, of like narrow it
That's
down
fine.
to like team.
Then bro says, wait till bro says neither. Offense or defense?
It's a kicker.
So,
It's a long snapper, actually.
so Marshall, just ask the question: is he on offense or is he on defense?
Is he on offense?
He is on offense.
Okay. So an offense player in the AFC. This is like a Weddle or whatever it's called. Offensive player in the AFC.
Colin
like
looks like he's got a question.
I feel like I'm asking all the questions because I can
what, like we already established like before, so I'm not like wasting a question on something we already established as like.
I have another question. I mean, I don't want to fire him away though. I feel like you guys haven't asked anything unless you guys cared.
Well, offense or defense was gonna be my question.
Donnie, go ahead. It looks like you got one.
I'm trying to narrow down the team. So this might sound stupid. Dallas, if you were to take like a line where the Lions are on a map and draw it straight down, would this player is this on the right or the left? The team.
That is a good question.
You want to?
I know exactly
what
you
by
mean.
like success, like Lions are in the
No,
middle of the
hold on,
benchmark
I'll
for
send-
success.
No. He's saying take the USA, take the
Oh,
line,
like
draw
geographically.
right down the middle,
Yes.
and are they on the
So we can
West
figure out
Coast
what team.
or are they
Dallas,
East
I'm
Coast,
sending it in.
basically? Are the West Coast or the
If
East
you were
Coast?
to-
Is what he's saying.
If you were to take the Lions on this map,
Can
I
you
just
send
sent in.
it? Can you send it to the group? Oh, you did.
Yes, I am. We'll do the Bengals are on the left side, the Browns are on the right side.
Left side.
Okay.
Left side. Okay.
So
So,
it could
AFC,
be Bengals, Colts, Titans, Texans,
Chiefs.
Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders, Chargers.
and that's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
So we got like 6 teams.
I didn't hear. This isn't a. I guess it has to be a question.
How many? Wait, how
Is
many?
the
questions
NFL?
do we have
I don't
left?
want this to be a question because I guess you didn't clarify. I don't know if it's current or not. Like, is this a current player? Like, it's. I feel like I have to. Okay, so I need to ask that.
Okay,
Is that
so
gonna
because
count
we
as
didn't
one?
establish that, that was what I was waiting because I wasn't sure if we established that.
Can I
And it
establish?
wasn't.
Can we establish that? Is it?
No, I think we have to just ask that. as
Whether
one
you
of the
have to make
questions.
us burn a question or not, we have to know. I guess.
Okay, all right. Here, then I'll make this question. Is he? Is he post? Is it a player that is known for playing post 2010?
Yes.
Okay.
Good fuck. You should.
How many questions have we
current
asked?
player?
That is 4 questions down.
Oh, there's still 6 left, and we've got
I
to
feel
narrow
like
down
one of
to
them
like
should be-
6 teams.
Have they won a Super Bowl? And I would knock out some teams.
That's a good idea, especially with the post
Post
2010.
2010, that would really narrow down.
But if he says no, that really don't do much.
that's true. I mean, it's a gamble.
Hold
Should
on.
we take it?
There's 1.
Unfortunately, Drew Brees still isn't play for you, Colin.
There's 3. 4. 4 of the 7 teams haven't won a Super Bowl. Wait, did I count right? 1, 2,
Well, remember, this is post 2010 players, so
4.
Known for playing post 2010.
Are we asking if the team they played on won a Super Bowl?
Yes.
so
But
like
that
he
could've
would have
been
had to win a
multiple
Super Bowl
teams.
with them.
No, I thought we were asking like the team, the organization, if it's won a Super Bowl.
Oh,
Oh,
I
no, I was going
meant has
player.
this player won a Super Bowl?
Just-
Then yeah, I would definitely not ask that. That doesn't help us that much.
I mean, not like all time, but like, did they win a Super Bowl with their team?
The team they're currently on, or
Well, I
Right.
guess that still is shaky because if they're on a different
they
team
could've-
now, or like retired after 1 year with another team. You know,
It's
Donnie,
not-
Donnie, how do you feel about asking this question? Just so we can try and narrow down the team. So we've got on that left side, there's the Colts, the Bengals, the Titans, the Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers. So those are the 7 teams. What if we and Texans? You're right. So that's 8 teams. No, that's not that. I was gonna ask if we should say, does this team have blue in their logo? Because there's 3 teams up there that have blue in their logo. Well, is that Texans blue?
yeah, Texas
it's
blue.
navy blue.
Okay, so that's
That
4
is blue.
teams that have blue in their logo. That would narrow it down to 4 teams for us.
I mean, it's a 50-50 question.
Okay. Do they have blue in their logo?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so it's a Colts, a Texans, a Titans, or a Chargers.
5
Colts.
questions left.
Offensive player, post 2010. I feel like we need to know if he's still playing or not.
I'll throw this out there. You got 5 questions left. You know he's offensive player. You don't know what position he plays though.
No, we don't.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. This is gonna cut it in half. Is this? I mean, hold on. Should we ask if it's a skill position guy?
I was
Or
just
is it
about to
thinking-
say.
offensive
Yeah.
lineman? I feel like it's not. an offensive
Are we
lineman.
roping quarterbacks into, or not quarterbacks?
I'll say no.
tight ends into skill
Wide receiver, tight end, running back.
is what we're
If it's-
qualifying as.
That's a skill position. Yeah, those aren't technically just.
I mean, technically, quarterback is like a skill position, but I feel like quarterback should be left out
Yeah.
specifically because I feel like it's likely to be a quarterback.
So basically, we'll ask: is it a skill position? If it is, it's tight end, running back, wide receiver. So, is it a skill position?
It is a skill position.
So,
Alright.
wide receiver, running back, tight end. Four
we
questions.
gotta get the team down at this
Yeah, I
point.
feel like we do.
So what are the teams in play? Texans, Colts, Titans, Chargers.
Yes.
I mean,
Never mind. That doesn't narrow it down enough. Let's say I'm gonna ask: is this team in the AFC South? But 3 of them are. One of them is
Hell of a bird.
basically asking: is it the Chargers?
well, wouldn't the Broncos be in that too? Broncos have blue in their logo.
I mean, do they?
Yeah, navy blue is one of their colors.
Yeah, but did we say that when we fucking asked it? I mean, I don't know. I don't think if their logo had fucking blue in it, even though it technically does.
I mean, same thing with the Chargers. Chargers just have an
Colin,
outline.
it's
of blue.
literally an outline of. Never mind.
So is
Just
the fucking Broncos
We're
logo.
having
What are you
team turmoil
talking about?
fucking halfway through this. Good
The
lord.
Broncos had navy blue jerseys for the
Colin,
longest
respectfully,
time.
shut the fuck up. I don't care. Anyway. Man. How many questions do we have left?
4 questions left.
I'm trying to figure out a way we can narrow it down to one team. But I think that's almost impossible.
If we split, do the map thing again, and split it at Kansas City, we can do 3 and 3. It's gonna 50-50 it more. But I mean, I guess we could do the AFC. At that point, we could do the AFC South because I forgot the Broncos were there.
You could do
So
the
that's a
AFC
50.
South, so you would either be narrowed down to 2 teams or narrowed down to 3 teams, which is not making a ton
Hold
of
on.
difference.
I got it.
We're gonna take up all of our questions, getting it down to the team, and then we're gonna have to fucking shoot in the dark.
Yeah. Plus, we also don't know if it's still an active player or not. We know that they played in the 2010s, but
Might have to bump it up to 20 questions at this rate.
I mean, it takes a lot to narrow it down to the team.
It does.
Honest.
I did 10 as a test run because sometimes you guys can get it real quick, but
This motherfucker expected us to be like, oh, okay, he's a Bronco, and it's like, damn, okay, fuck.
hey, sometimes
I feel like next time we do this, 15 is the good number. about 5, 6, 7 to narrow down the team.
Okay. I got a question that I'm going to converse
Donnie
with.
real quick.
I'm going to converse with Donnie and Colin. So
that's the
Yes.
second one.
I was not making a 6, 7. I know
That's the second time he's accidentally
That
made
one-
a 6, 7.
That one sounded the
accidentally
most
said-
like I'm making the joke.
because
No,
he did like this too.
I didn't. No.
So I'm going to converse with, because we can only really narrow it down to 2 teams. Like it's hard to narrow it down to just one unless we ask a risky question.
Right.
Obviously we're going for Texans, Titans, Colts, Chargers. So the Texans were founded in 2002, Chargers and Titans in 1960, and the Colts in 1953. We could ask if the team was founded in 1960 and narrow it down.
You mean post 1960?
Was it founded in 1960, and that would be Titans or Chargers? If he says
Oh,
no,
had they already been founded in 1960? Yeah. Okay, sure.
I feel solid about that.
So Dallas, was this team founded in 1960, which would have been Chargers or Titans?
Yes, it was.
All right.
Okay. So we have 3 questions left. I feel like we need to get it down to a position now, and then have it 2 questions left.
I will
So-
offer this out because you each get 3 guesses. If
Oh,
you want
shit.
to, if you guys want to sacrifice a guess for another question, you can.
Shit, 3 guesses? I thought like we had to use our questions as our guesses. Not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. Maybe we need to just take Colin's guess away just for the fuck of it.
Honestly, I'm down.
So we're
I don't have to
sacrificing.
embarrass
What
myself
are we
if we get an
sacrificing
extra
for?
question.
So
Well,
instead of
Colin
3
doesn't get
guesses,
to
you get
guess.
an extra.
So we'll sacrifice Colin 3 guesses for an extra question.
No, you each individually get 1 guess. So 3 guesses
Oh,
total.
okay.
Just take,
so we're-
take my guess.
Okay,
Take
we're
my
taking
guess for
Colin's
more
guess adding
questions.
questions. So now we back up to 4 questions.
Just because I didn't want to guess anyway.
Yeah.
Once we got out of Drew Brees' range, I wasn't getting it.
So we're back up to 4 questions.
Yup.
No Colin guess. Okay. So we're down to the Chargers Titans, and it's a skill position. I feel like we need to get the position down now.
Does this person primarily catch the ball?
Okay.
That could be. I mean, I don't know how the fuck else you're gonna ask it.
I mean, at that point, or are they a wide receiver? It's the only position out of those that primarily catches the football.
I mean, tight ends.
Tight ends' first responsibility is usually blocking.
Depends on the offense, there, fucking buddy.
For both of these teams, I'd say they're probably blocking.
That's a fair.
I feel like we should just take a risky one and just guess. Is he a wide receiver? Is he a running back? Is he a tight end? I feel like Dallas wouldn't go tight end. I feel like we just gotta take chances. I feel like it might not be a tight end. I feel like it's gonna be a wide receiver.
I feel like it is a tight end. I'm the exact opposite. I feel like it is a tight
I mean, could you name? I guess we don't know that it's
So it's
current player
it-
yet
it-
either.
it's
But I was like, could you
Titans,
name-
Chargers, post 2010. So
I'm
we're
not gonna-
thinking.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. If I was to rip a guess, I'd guess. This is not my guess. I'd guess Antonio Gates. I feel
Well,
like
I was gonna
that's
say, I
where
was like,
we're
if it's a tight end, it's Antonio Gates. That's.
I
Probably
feel like
the
that's
only
where
answer.
we're going. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't get a guess, so I can't rip that one off.
I feel like we need to get the team down. I feel like we have that extra guess. Let's just figure out the team now.
Go for it.
Okay, it's between Chargers and Titans. Is it the Chargers?
It is not the Chargers.
All right,
Okay,
there you go.
Can I
Probably
confirm
not
it's
a
the
tight end.
Titans? Can I
No
confirm?
longer tight end
Can I
not in the
confirm
realm
it's
of
the Titans?
possibility.
Yes, it is
Okay.
the Titans.
So it is the Titans.
Fucking name
A
is.
a skill position player post 2010 on the Titans. We have 3 guesses left, or
Delaney
3
Walker.
questions, and then me and Donnie both get a guess. What?
Delaney Walker's not out of the equation here.
Okay,
I mean,
do
he's
this on
not.
the- Okay, we're gonna sacrifice Donnie's guess too.
No, fuck you.
Shit, that was his
Titans
guess.
player.
That was not my guess.
Bro, it cannot be a Titans tight end. I feel like it's either a wide receiver or
Listen,
running
could
back.
you name a Titans tight end?
No,
from
it's
the
not a
last
Titans
15
tight
years?
end. It's a Titans wide receiver or a Titans running back. So let's take a shot. Let's just say it's not tight end.
The way he's laughing makes me think it might actually be. a
No,
tight end.
there's no way. There is no way.
I mean, you could ask. That is a question.
Wait, you said this guy played post 2010?
Yeah. He's known
Guys.
for playing. The question was, is this guy known for playing post 2010? And he said yes.
I ain't gonna lie. As soon as we narrowed it down to the Titans, I was like, wait a fucking second. And the way Dallas just been smiling, I was like, if this is a Billy Cannon rip, I swear to God.
I know.
He played for the Oilers.
Yeah.
So that's why I clarified. If this was all to get to Billy Cannon, I was going to
That would have been legendary. I thought that thought occurred to me too, but then I was like, we did say it was post 2010.
That thought also occurred to me.
Billy Cannon is always relevant.
It really could be Delaney Walker, but man, yeah. Okay. Wait, Dallas, is it cheating if we look stuff up online?
I mean, you already looked up what year
What the fuck are we going to look up?
Yeah.
What is Dallas's answer? Like, what? Don't give me
Bro,
cheat.
I was about to say, Donnie, I have
List of
every
every
roster.
player.
I have every roster from the Titans post 2010 already up.
Marshall, you could ask, like, does this person have over 100 career catches? Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what to guess at this point, to be honest with you.
Fine, I'll just shoot out a guess. Is it a running back?
It is not a running back.
Well, it's a wide receiver or tight end.
You have 2 questions left, unless you sacrifice a guess.
Okay, because there was some good ones for running back. Derrick Henry, obviously, or Chris Johnson.
Those were the only two. There's not a bunch of good guesses.
DeMarco Murray played there. Yeah.
Yep, he did.
Could be Tony Pollard.
Did Amir Abdullah ever play for the Titans?
Oh, it could be Julio Jones,
Okay.
What if
How
it's
many-
Western Michigan legend
We
Corey
got
Davis?
2 questions left.
Yes.
2
I feel
questions
like-
left.
We need to figure out when he played.
Yes, Marshall. These should probably be the next 2 questions.
Well, hold on.
I'm not saying.
Okay.
I'm brainstorming with you. One of them needs to be wide receiver or tight end. And the other one needs to be current player or not.
Yeah, but if he says not and it's post 2010, then we just have.
So we have between. That gives
Okay,
us
you know what?
a
Let's
decade
just do
gap
that.
of whatever position. That's
I don't
about
think.
as
No.
narrow as
Honestly,
that.
there's no way we can go. If it's a current Titans player, bro, is digging deep for this one. Nobody wants to name any current Titans player. I feel like you could go.
Titans fans don't want to even.
What else are we gonna ask, Marshall? Realistically, like
I'd say
totally
go like
different there.
I'd say cut it in half. Go like post 20, like 2017 or after.
What the fuck does that have to do?
You could eliminate a lot with that.
Player or not. Marshall, a decade, a 15-year
Okay,
gap.
fine. All right, fine. Absolutely. All right.
No, ask however you want to fucking ask it. I'm just saying.
Okay, well, I agree with the other one. Is he a wide receiver?
He is a wide receiver.
Okay, so no, it is a wide receiver, no tight end. So let's go through wide receivers.
That's
we
why
got
I was
Ken-
laughing so hard because Donnie
Hey.
was slowly convincing Marshall that it might have been a
Bro,
tight end.
I knew this man wasn't gonna go tight end. I know Dallas, man.
I
It's not
thought
a
for
tight
sure
end.
it was
With the
Antonio Gates or
Titans, bro.
Delaney Walker. I don't know why.
All right, guys that he probably would say Kenny Britt would be a good one. Wow, the wide receivers are ass.
I feel like this is more
Harry
of a
Doug-
modern guy.
Harry
more of a
Douglas, Tajay Spears. Okay. I'm thinking Western Michigan legend Corey Davis. It might be Corey Davis.
I don't think it is.
That does feel like a player that.
It does. Either that or AJ Brown. Robert Woods.
I mean, did we? I mean, I don't think we ever clarified if this guy was known for being a Titan. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Julio Jones. was
I'd
a
say
Titan.
my guess is either going to be Corey Davis or AJ Brown, and then you can go from there. And if he says currently playing, yes, AJ Brown. If he says no, Corey Davis retired. That would be my idea. So, yeah. Is he currently playing?
He is currently playing.
Okay.
So you're all
So
out.
now we have every Titan on the roster, on their current roster.
So,
Or-
Donnie, here's the people it could technically be. AJ Brown. Is Robert Woods still on the team?
Yeah, I think so.
It could still be D-Hop, Traylon Burks, Calvin
Tyler
Ridley, Tyler Boyd. So we got 2 guesses at it. You want to go first?
Absolutely not. We could still burn one of our guesses for the question.
Well, how much are we going to narrow that down?
You know what would
You
maybe
could do
be a
career
sneaky
catches.
pull? Tyler
Marshall?
Lockett.
Tyler Lockett.
I mean, I don't.
I would have one question. Like if I could burn a question, like if I was playing, I would have one question, and I know what I would ask. I'm not gonna tell you guys.
Thanks.
I feel like this is where that Super Bowl question would have come in handy.
Yo, technically, it could be Khalif Raymond.
Lions legend.
Is he? I guess he. I mean, there's so many things we didn't get down. Like, is this a current Titan? Was this person fucking good? This could be like a practice squad.
That's good. That's such a
the Titans Tom Kennedy.
That's not funny.
I thought it was pretty funny.
There's too many.
I really wanted it. I really wanted it to be Corey Davis. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, Johnny Hecker plays for the Titans.
He's fucking.
He's still around.
Colin's in his own little world.
I am.
Colin's been out of everything.
Looking through their roster right now. I don't have a pick.
I'd
Well,
say
you can help him with the,
Donnie.
like-
Just make a guess, and I'll make a guess. Fuck it. Unless you want to give up your guess, I worked this hard. I'm not
Shut the
giving.
fuck up.
I'm not giving up my guess. Like, that's not happening.
This man's not a team player at all. God damn. A current player, Titans wide receiver.
If you go AJ Brown, that would be.
I don't
You
think
just go AJ Brown.
I was gonna say he's very dead set that he.
I kind of want to go Calvin Ridley though. It also could be D Hop.
Colin, if you had a guess, who you throwing out?
I would go the sneaky. I mean, he's on the roster now, but I don't think of him as a Titan regardless. And I would have gone Tyler Lockett if I could throw out a guess. Just because I feel like that's one of those like not a Titan.
I don't think. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that if he was gonna refer to AJ Brown, it would have been on the Eagles.
Right.
I'm just thinking that. I'm gonna make my guess. I'm gonna go Calvin Ridley.
It is not Calvin Ridley.
Okay.
It is down to Donnie's guess.
On an island here. I feel like it's gonna be one of two people. And yeah, I mean, the odds are against us anyway, so what does it matter really? Let me go ahead. I might keep myself if it's this other guy, but I think Colin's on the right track. Let me get Tyler Lockett.
It is Tyler Lockett.
Ooh.
Hey, Colin with the clutch!
At the
Damn
buzzer.
it, man!
It is
Colin could
Tyler
have been a
Lockett.
trivia hero.
I could have
Could have
been.
been your redemption.
Ugh.
You know what? I feel like Dallas asked.
Can I get the retroactive dub for that? Because he
No.
did ask me, and I was the one that said Tyler Lockett. And
This
put
is
it
the
in your
thing.
brain.
I'll give you an assist because I feel like Dallas asked
He'll
you
give it
that.
to you.
I feel like Dallas asked you.
You
that.
get the points, but I get the
Trying to
assist.
be, I feel like Dallas asked you that, trying to be nice to all of us. And if you would have said Calvin Ridley, he would have said, "Okay, it's not Calvin Ridley," and gave us like one less person to think of.
Why the fuck would I do that? I'm trying to stump y'all.
You kind of helped. I mean, you didn't have to.
We probably could have
Let us
done it
take
if
the
Donnie
guess.
didn't try and convince me out of the tight end thing. Like, bro, totally fucked. I
I'm
was
not gonna lie. I'm
convinced.
not gonna lie. We're done with the trivia. I still feel like it could have been a tight end.
I was convinced it wasn't going to be a tight end.
I'm still convinced. Tyler Lockett, or not Tyler Lockett.
The Lady Walker was not.
Delaney
it, man.
Walker. He's right there.
No, I was honestly convinced it was Corey Davis until he said not current. I was so
My other
sad.
guess, if it wasn't Tyler Lockett, this was gonna be a crazy pull. I was gonna guess Van Jefferson. I
was
looked
looking at Van Jefferson.
Honestly,
too.
I was
sitting here
thinking-
I
looking
looked at
the
him on the
current
Titans depth chart. I was like, that is a sneak.
Honestly, Khalif was on. As soon as I said him, I was like, "Holy shit! It could be Khalif Raymond."
Nah.
I knew Colin was kind of on the right track because he was talking about Super Bowls, but I don't know if he knows this. Tyler Lockett doesn't have a Super Bowl with
He
the Seahawks.
doesn't. He doesn't.
So, and I thought you thought he had a Super Bowl.
No.
That'd be crazy. Super Bowl, Tyler Lockett.
Got there. I feel like
task failed successfully. You know?
even if we would have got to that point, I feel like me or Marshall would have called out Tyler Lockett not having a Super Bowl. I think between me and Marshall, we would have recognized he would.
The downfall of the Titans is crazy. 11-5, 12-5,
Yeah.
7-10,
guys,
6-11,
if I had
3-14.
if I had said
I
Tyler
wonder what
Lockett
happened.
after
I
establishing
wonder
no
what
Super Bowls,
all-star coach
you guys would have
retired.
laughed at me, and then Dallas would have been like, "Well, actually, guys, he doesn't have a Super Bowl, but Colin's right. It is Tyler Lockett."
Yeah.
Shout
Right,
out Corey,
but
shout out
not
Corey
for the
Davis.
reason.
I have a Corey Davis signed Tennessee Titans football over here, so shout out
All
Corey
right.
Davis, man. Well, thank you guys for tuning into this episode of the podcast. Honestly, I just forgot what I was going to say, bro. It's been a long podcast. I lost all train of thought. It's been a long one.
All right.
Cut that out.
Start
Cut that out.
over.
Restart
All
that bitch. Cut that bitch out. Restart it. All right, thank you for watching this episode of the podcast. If you want to see our bets, our parlay that we are going to put together, we're going to continue to do that, but we're just going to post it on TikTok, make it a little easier so we could fit in the trivia for this podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed your week 1 of the NFL. Enjoy watching week 2. We'll be back. Like I said, we are doing a weekly podcast every week, so we will be back next week, and we will see y'all then. Peace.